So the focus of the Common Core is really on developing analytical skills and criticality. And so the first step in that is trying to figure out how arguments are constructed and the strategies that writers use to make them effective. It's an ancient art, right? It goes back to Aristotle, who analyzed the strategies of rhetoric. And so we're still focused on that today. The purpose, I think, is ultimately to create thoughtful and engaged citizens who are able to detect, fallacious arguments or good arguments and make informed choices politically and in other ways, in other parts of their lives as well. So the Common Core is really focused on developing those skills. And so the SAT, because it's connected to the Common Core, the guy who developed the Common Core is the president of the College Board, is really focused on developing the most profound reading and writing skills that it can get in a standardized test. So, it's a standardized test, so there's that, but, being able to figure out the main idea of an argument, being able to summarize what that is in your own words, being able to identify the strategies an author uses to make an argument or to develop a piece of writing, and being able to say, okay, how do those strategies impact the writing? It's very text-based. And then, ultimately when students get to university level, then they're going to add another component to that, which is evaluation. Okay, so was all of that successful? Or where do you find problems with it? And that is ultimately the kind of person that the Common Core is intended to generate, that kind of intellectual acumen. Some of it comes down to reading and enjoying reading. Not just the flow of a story, but the language involved in putting a story together, the rhythm of a sentence, the cadence of a line, the poetics of prose, if I can say that.
Absolutely.
So I think, just understanding that, okay, it's not bright colors and 3D graphics coming at you, it's on the page, but within that, there's this incredible potential to activate the imagination and the mind and the intellect. And even though it looks dry, in fact, it's rich and exciting and full of life. You just have to dive in and read. And so reading, I think, is one big connection to getting kids interested. Not only can this excite you when you read, but you can do these kinds of things when you write. Well, Keystone starts early, so kids come here from 4th grade on and get a lot of extra practice in the basic language arts skills of building vocabulary, reading and reading comprehension, grammar of standard English, and writing. So with those 4 foundational skills, from the 4th grade on, we hope that kids come away with a much stronger foundation. We give them a lot of opportunities to practice writing, a lot more than they get in regular school. Well, of course, we do give a lot of feedback in grading. So it's not just you get a grade and a few comments. Usually every paragraph has something to go on. So a question in the margins about evidence, or some advice about how to develop a point further, some advice about how to make a paragraph longer and keep it substantial. Well, I think maybe the key word there is support. Students, teachers, and staff here get a lot of support. Whenever you have an issue, a question, a problem, you can always go to somebody, the staff. You can go to the director, and just hash it out and come up with some workable solution. So that's always there. It's never not there. In all my time here, I've always felt like I had maximum support. And I think that's one important way that we help build a foundation is just, hey, you've got backup. If you're a kid, you've got backup. You need help with a paper from school, you've got backup. You're having trouble with grammar, you've got backup. Math problem, you have backup. We're always here, being reliable and just being here for people. So I think that's important for building a foundation, a strong one. You know, without that, it can be shaky or non-existent. Oh, I do though. I encourage people to come to Keystone and talk to us. Talk to anybody here about the classes that we have, the programs that we offer, the help that we can provide. I think that you'll find it's strong, all of it. We're here, and you should utilize us as a resource. We have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. Everybody here cares about what they're doing, and so that's why you should come by, at least talk to somebody.